CASIO MWD110h. Is it a G-Shock killer? The answer is simple. No. End of video. It looks a lot like the G-Shock Square, but let's see where she falls a little bit short. Don't get me wrong, she's still affordable, a great looking digital watch option for anyone with some great functions. But a G-Shock killer? Not today, in my opinion. I think she can stand on her own because she offers some things that some other G-Shock Squares just don't get to. But as far as toughness and protections, I think she's coming in second place all day long. Now the specs for the MWD110h, also available in black. This one is green, and there is a negative display option as well, for those of you that like negative display. Now 44mm resin case from the diagonal, 46.5 millimeters across the width of the watch. We have a 50.4mm lug to lug and 18mm lug within the 24.5, I believe it is, overall lug connection. Now we have 12mm thickness, and that's reasonable. She looks pretty good on the wrist, and I like the case shape in this design. I think it falls short with the mineral crystal though, being above the steel bezel. I don't even know if that makes any sense. It should be there for the looks and the aesthetic, but the function and protection, that's a tough one. Seems pointless. And of course it leaves the glass susceptible to scratches. It has the look of this toughness with the bezel screws shown at 4 points here, real or fake. I mean, who really cares? It's about the aesthetic. But definitely not in line with the build design of a G-Shock. It is a nice touch with the light button isolated in the front of the watch though, so you have quick and easy access. A stainless steel case back plate seals everything up in from behind, and the watch offers 100 meters of water resistance, unlike its G-Shock cousins, which we know come in at 200 meters of water resistance. The resin case carries through to the integrated somewhat resin strap, which is 24.5 millimeters, tapering down to 20 millimeters at the pin and buckle closure. A 5-button digital functionality here with an orange backlight, which could be better, I guess, but it seems to illuminate all that you really need to see in the dark. Hitting the mode button takes you through all the functions, and they are as follows. We have the countdown timer, stopwatch, with features like the auto start and target time available. We have the alarm. We have dual time. Now this is special. I may have to try this thing out in California in a couple months when I go. Of course, they're 3 hours behind us out on the East Coast. So having the ability to have the dual time zone on the digital watch is dynamite. A legible home screen display of time with running seconds. And of course, there's that little animation that you see running across from left to right. A digital day-date display shown in the upper quadrant of this 4-quadrant watch. Now what if, just what if we lost the animation and instead, because it's dual time, we displayed that secondary time in that small window there? Comment below, let me know what you think. I mean, we have running seconds already, so do we need this animation? As far as the strap goes, Casio's known for the resin straps, usually pretty solid. Similar feel to the G-Shocks, but this one has that ripple in it, which is supposedly allowing for more flex over wetsuits or swim attire. For some it can be an annoyance, and I can say even with my 7¼ inch wrist, those ripples can be bothersome. Get rid of them. We want a better feel on the wrist, and they're pressing on my skin like they probably are on many of yours as well. And that's even with me having the ability to put a pinky under the closure as a test. If you start checking boxes, pros and cons, you may be coming close to 50-50 here. Question is, which boxes could sway you one way or another, or straight up, are there some deal breakers here? The price is $50 Canadian, and a G-Shock DW5600 for example is around $70 as a comparable. Now this Casio is a little bit bigger, offers a couple more features, but less protections. Could it work for you? Comment below, let me know. A G-Shock killer? I would say not, but it is attractive and has some nice features with this dual time. Now another bonus is the suggested 10-year battery life running on the CR2025 watch battery. Now we know that that may be impacted by the number of features, alarms, lights, beeps, etc., that you're using on the regular. CASIO MWD110h, a great looking affordable digital watch with nice features, but a G-Shock killer? Not today. So where does it fall short? For starters, you're looking at the strap, but you can switch that out with something aftermarket. Then we come to the bezel and glass protection here. You're looking at scratches or bumps or cracks or whatever it might be if you knock it on something. Water resistance 100 meters. Okay, it's not 200 meters, but there are a lot of watches that we can handle with 100 meters of water resistance, so it's not that bad. Now the light could have been better, like I mentioned earlier, and of course, do we need animations? Maybe that could be taken away and something else could be put there for the next design. It would have been nice to have the dual time display there in that small section. And then lastly, you're looking at price. Could this thing have been around $30 to $40 instead of the $50 to $60 Canadian that it is? If some of these are deal breakers, then you just have to move on. Like, subscribe, and smash the bell. Take care of you and yours, and we're gonna see you soon on the next one.